Welcome to Paris, everyone. I'm Ali Khan, and I'm excited to be your guide to the City of Lights. Over the next few days, we'll explore the best places to visit that make Paris so famous. From the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre Museum and the charming streets of Montmartre, we'll see it all. Here we are at the Champs de Mars, looking up at the most famous landmark in Paris, the Eiffel Tower. This iconic structure has been a symbol of France and a beacon for travelers from all over the world. Standing at 324 meters tall, it offers a breathtaking view of the city. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, this Iron Lady was very unpopular when it was built. Many Parisians thought it was an eyesore, but today, it's hard to imagine the city without it. The construction was a marvel of engineering at the time, using over 18,000 individual iron parts. Can you imagine Paris without it? The skyline would be completely different, lacking its most recognizable feature. The Eiffel Tower has become an integral part of the city's identity. The tower has 3 levels you can visit. Each level offers a unique perspective of Paris, with the first level featuring a glass floor for a thrilling experience, the second level providing a closer look at the city's landmarks, and the third level offering a panoramic view. I always suggest taking the stairs at least part of the way for some good exercise and amazing views. The climb allows you to appreciate the intricate ironwork up close, and gives you a sense of accomplishment when you reach each level. Of course, the view from the top is incredible, especially at sunset. Watching the city bathed in golden light as the sun sets behind the horizon is a magical experience that you won't want to miss. You can even have dinner at the Eiffel Tower, and even though it's a bit touristy, it's something you'll never forget. The restaurants offer gourmet meals with a view, making it a perfect spot for a special occasion or a romantic evening. For something that doesn't cost as much, buy a crepe from a street vendor and have a picnic right here on the Champs de Mars. It's a delightful way to enjoy the scenery and soak in the atmosphere of Paris. And don't forget to come back at night when the tower sparkles with thousands of lights. The nightly light show is a dazzling display that adds a touch of magic to the Parisian skyline. Here's a helpful hint. Buy your tickets online to skip the long lines, especially during the busy season. This way you can spend more time enjoying the tower and less time waiting in line. We're at the Louvre Museum, home to some of the most famous artwork in the world. It's impossible to see everything in one day, but we'll see the most important things. Of course, you can't visit the Louvre without seeing the Mona Lisa. She's smaller than you might think, but her mysterious smile is just as amazing in person. Besides the Mona Lisa, the Louvre has treasures from ancient Egypt, Greece, Rome, and other places. Make sure to see the Venus de Milo, Winged Victory, and Napoleon III's fancy apartments. To get the most out of your visit, I suggest taking a guided tour or renting an audio guide. Here's a tip. The Louvre is free on the first Sunday of every month. Now let's travel back in time and visit the magnificent Notre-Dame Cathedral. Here we are in front of the inspiring Notre-Dame Cathedral, a beautiful example of Gothic architecture and a symbol of Paris's strength. As you know, a terrible fire in 2019 caused a lot of damage, but the cathedral is slowly being rebuilt. Even though you can't go inside yet, it's still worth seeing from the outside. The famous towers, the stained glass windows, some are original, and the flying buttresses are amazing pieces of architecture. Before the fire, you could climb to the top of the towers for amazing views of the city. For now, take a moment to think about the cathedral's strength and the work being done to rebuild it. Now, let's leave the crowds and go to the charming neighborhood of Montmartre, where artists still live and work. Welcome to Montmartre, a small village inside the city, perched on top of a hill that offers breathtaking views of Paris. This charming neighborhood is a world of its own, filled with history, art, and a unique bohemian spirit that has inspired countless artists over the years. This is where famous artists like Picasso and Van Gogh found ideas for their work, and you can still feel that creative energy today. The streets are lined with art studios and galleries, each one a testament to the area's rich artistic heritage. As you walk through the streets, you'll see cute cafes, art studios, and people selling things. The atmosphere is vibrant and full of life, with street performers and musicians adding to the charm. It's a place where every corner has a story to tell. Make sure to visit the Place du Tertre, where artists set up their easels and paint the neighborhood. This lively square is the heart of Montmartre's artistic community, and watching the artists at work is like stepping back in time. At the top of the hill is the beautiful white Sacré-Cœur Basilica, with amazing views of the city. This iconic landmark is not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of Montmartre's enduring spirit. The view from here is simply unparalleled. I suggest taking the funicular up to the top so you don't have to climb all the stairs. It's a quick and scenic ride that offers a different perspective of the hill and its surroundings. Montmartre is a place to wander, enjoy the atmosphere, and maybe even find a special souvenir. Whether you're looking for art, trinkets, or just a memorable experience, this neighborhood has something for everyone. Now get ready to spend some money as we head to the glamorous Champs-Élysées. This famous avenue is known for its luxury shops, theaters, and cafes, making it a must-visit destination for anyone in Paris. Here we are on the Champs-Élysées, often called the most beautiful avenue in the world. It's a great place to shop with everything from expensive stores to famous international brands. Even if you don't like shopping, it's worth walking down the Champs-Élysées to enjoy the atmosphere. The wide sidewalks, elegant buildings, and lots of activity make it a special experience. Have a coffee at a sidewalk cafe and watch people walk by, or buy a delicious pastry at a bakery. At the end of the Champs-Élysées is the Arc de Triomphe, a symbol of French pride. We'll visit that next, but for now, enjoy the energy of this famous avenue. Well, that's the Champs-Élysées, a grand display of Parisian life. We're at the Arc de Triomphe, standing tall at the end of the Champs-Élysées. This impressive monument was built by Napoleon to honor the French army's victories. Under the arch is the tomb of the unknown soldier, a memorial to those who died for France. The eternal flame is relit every evening at 6:30 p.m., a ceremony worth seeing. You can go to the top of the Arc de Triomphe for amazing views of Paris. It's a bit of a climb, but the view is amazing. Look at the sculptures and carvings on the arch showing scenes from French history and battles. For the best pictures, come here early in the morning or late in the evening when the light is better and there are fewer people. Now, let's go back to Montmartre to visit the beautiful Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Here we are at the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, a beautiful white basilica on the highest point in Paris. Its name means Sacred Heart, and it was built in the late 1800s as a symbol of hope after the Franco-Prussian War. You can get to the basilica by climbing the stairs from the Place Saint-Pierre, or you can take the funicular. Either way, the views from the top are amazing. The inside of the basilica is also impressive, with beautiful mosaics, stained glass windows, and a peaceful atmosphere. Walk around the square in front of the basilica, where you'll find street performers, artists, and great views of the city. For a really special experience, come here at sunset, when the basilica glows in the golden light. Now let's see Paris from a different view with a relaxing Seine River cruise. Ah, the Seine River. This iconic waterway winds its way through the heart of Paris, offering a unique perspective of the city's charm and elegance. Every trip to Paris needs a cruise along its romantic waters. It's an experience that combines relaxation with sightseeing, allowing you to soak in the beauty of the city from a comfortable seat on a boat. It's the perfect way to rest, enjoy the fresh air, and see the city from a different angle. As you glide along the river, you'll notice how the hustle and bustle of the streets fade away, replaced by the gentle lapping of water against the boat. There are many different cruises, from daytime sightseeing to romantic dinner cruises. Whether you prefer the bright daylight or the enchanting evening ambiance, there's a cruise for every mood and occasion. As you go along the Seine, you'll see many of the famous landmarks we've already visited, like the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, and Notre-Dame Cathedral. These iconic structures look even more magnificent from the water, framed by the river's serene backdrop. But you'll also see hidden places and interesting details you might have missed from the street. The river reveals a side of Paris that's often overlooked, with charming bridges, quaint riverside cafes, and picturesque scenes that capture the essence of the city. Listen to the audio commentary as you cruise to learn interesting facts and stories about the sights. The guides provide fascinating insights into the history and culture of Paris, making the journey not just visually pleasing, but also intellectually enriching. A Seine River cruise is magical, especially at night when the city lights shine on the water. The illuminated landmarks create a dazzling display, reflecting off the river and creating a truly unforgettable experience. Now, let's get off the boat and go to a beautiful park in the city, the Luxembourg Gardens. This lush oasis offers a perfect contrast to the urban landscape, with its manicured lawns, vibrant flowers, and serene atmosphere. Welcome to the Luxembourg Gardens, a peaceful park in the middle of Paris. This large green space was created in the 1600s for Marie de Medici, the widow of King Henry IV. Today, the gardens are a popular place for Parisians and visitors to relax and escape the city. Take a walk along the paths, look at the flowers, or relax by the fountain. The gardens also have many sculptures, fountains, and buildings, including the Luxembourg Palace, which is now the French Senate. If you have energy, rent a sailboat on the pond, or play tennis on the public courts. The Luxembourg Gardens are a real treasure with something for everyone. For our last stop, let's go back in time and visit the Palace of Versailles. We're at the Palace of Versailles, the former home of French royalty. Located just outside of Paris, Versailles shows how grand the French monarchy was. As you get closer to the palace, you'll be amazed by its size and beauty. Inside, you'll find fancy rooms, including the King's and Queen's apartments and the Hall of Mirrors. Rent an audio guide to learn about the history of each room, but the best part of Versailles is its gardens. Designed by André Lenotre, the gardens are a perfect example of French garden design. Walk through the lawns, admire the fountains and sculptures, and get lost in the maze. Well, that's the Palace of Versailles, a look into the world of French royalty. Well, there you have it, a quick tour of some of Paris's best places. From the Eiffel Tower to Montmartre and the Palace of Versailles, I hope you've enjoyed exploring this magical city with me. Like this video, subscribe to my channel for more travel tips.